Nigeria is once again gripped by a heated national debate following fresh accusations and sharp reactions involving respected clerics, political voices, and community leaders from the northern region of the country. The controversy has emerged after several northern elders publicly raised serious concerns and pointed accusing fingers at Islamic cleric Sheikh GUMI in connection with ongoing discussions surrounding the notorious bandit leader BELLO. The development has triggered strong emotions across different parts of the country as citizens try to understand the deeper issues behind the statements and the growing tension among influential voices in the north. Many observers say the situation highlights the complexity of the security challenges facing communities that have suffered years of violence, kidnappings, and attacks carried out by armed groups. According to reports, several northern elders recently expressed frustration over what they described as controversial comments and engagements involving Sheikh GUMI and bandit leaders in the past. Some of the elders believe that certain interactions with bandits have created confusion among communities already struggling with insecurity. The elders reportedly argued that religious leaders and respected figures must be extremely careful about how they communicate with individuals associated with violent activities. They say public statements or engagements can sometimes be misunderstood by communities who are desperate for clear leadership and solutions to the security crisis affecting the region. In emotional remarks shared through public discussions and community forums, some elders expressed concern that the continued attention surrounding BELLO TURJI has complicated efforts to restore peace in areas affected by banditry. They believe that public narratives surrounding criminal figures can sometimes elevate their influence and create additional challenges for security operations. The name BELLO TURJI has become widely known across Nigeria in recent years due to his alleged role in bandit activities within parts of the northwest. Communities across several states have suffered from repeated attacks, kidnappings, and displacement linked to armed groups operating in the region. For families who have lost loved ones or been forced to flee their homes, the mention of such figures often brings painful memories and deep emotional reactions. Many victims say they want to see justice, accountability, and lasting security rather than continued public attention on individuals associated with violence. Supporters of Sheikh GUMI, however, have strongly defended the cleric, arguing that his efforts have often been misunderstood. They say he has previously attempted to engage with armed groups in order to encourage dialogue and promote peaceful solutions in areas affected by conflict. Some of his supporters insist that engaging in dialogue with armed groups does not mean supporting their actions, but rather attempting to reduce violence and find ways to protect innocent communities. They argue that conflict resolution sometimes requires communication with difficult actors in order to de-escalate tensions. The debate has therefore created a complex situation where different voices within the region are expressing strong opinions about the best approach to addressing insecurity. While some believe dialogue may help reduce violence, others insist that stronger enforcement and accountability must remain the primary focus. Across northern communities, the issue has sparked intense discussions among residents, community leaders, and security analysts. Many people are asking difficult questions about how the country should respond to armed groups that have disrupted lives and livelihoods for years. Some citizens believe that every possible avenue, including dialogue, should be explored if it can bring peace to communities suffering from repeated attacks. Others argue that criminals must face the full weight of the law and that negotiations with violent groups may undermine justice for victims. The voices of victims remain among the most emotional in this national conversation. Families who have lost loved ones to kidnappings or violent attacks say they want assurance that their suffering will not be forgotten. Many victims say they are less interested in political debates and more concerned about safety, stability, and the opportunity to rebuild their lives without fear. They want to see schools reopened, farms cultivated again, and markets operating without the constant threat of violence. Northern elders who spoke on the issue emphasized that their concerns are rooted in the desire to restore trust and clarity in leadership during a difficult period. They say communities facing insecurity need clear and consistent messages that prioritize peace and the protection of innocent lives. At the same time, several voices within the region have called for calm and unity as discussions continue. They warn that internal divisions among leaders could distract from the urgent task of addressing the security challenges facing vulnerable communities. Security analysts observing the situation say the debate reflects the broader struggle within Nigeria over how best to respond to complex security threats. Armed groups often operate across remote areas where poverty, lack of development, and weak infrastructure create conditions that allow criminal networks to thrive. Experts say addressing these challenges requires a combination of strong security measures, economic development, community engagement, and long-term policies aimed at stabilizing affected regions. For many Nigerians watching the controversy unfold, the most important question remains how the country can move closer to lasting peace. Citizens across the nation continue to express hope that leaders, religious figures, and community elders will work together to find solutions that protect lives and restore stability. In villages across the Northwest, the daily reality of insecurity continues to shape the lives of ordinary people. Farmers worry about entering their fields, traders worry about traveling to markets, and parents worry about the safety of their children. The emotional burden carried by communities living under the shadow of violence cannot easily be measured. Every attack, every kidnapping, and every displacement leaves scars that remain long after the headlines fade. Community leaders say healing and rebuilding trust will take time, but they believe unity and cooperation among leaders will play a critical role in that process. They emphasize that public figures must use their voices carefully because their words can influence both hope and fear among communities. Religious leaders in particular are often seen as moral guides whose messages carry deep influence among followers. Many citizens believe that religious figures have a special responsibility to promote peace, compassion, and unity during times of crisis. Meanwhile, security authorities continue their efforts to confront armed groups operating in various parts of the region. Operations carried out by security forces have aimed to dismantle criminal networks and restore control to communities affected by violence. Officials say progress has been made in some areas, but they acknowledge that the fight against banditry remains a complex challenge requiring sustained commitment. Across Nigeria, many citizens are urging leaders to focus on practical solutions that can bring relief to communities that have endured years of fear and uncertainty. The heated controversy surrounding the statements by Northern elders and the responses involving Sheikh GUMI reflects the broader national conversation about accountability, leadership, and the path toward peace. For the families living in affected areas, the hope remains simple yet powerful. They want a future where peace, children can attend school without fear, farmers can cultivate their land safely, and communities can rebuild their lives in peace. As the debate continues, Nigerians across the country are watching closely, hoping that the discussions will ultimately lead to stronger cooperation among leaders and more effective efforts to restore security. The voices of elders, religious leaders, security experts, and ordinary citizens all contribute to the ongoing search for answers in a nation determined to overcome its challenges. Despite the tension surrounding the current controversy, many Nigerians believe that unity and shared responsibility will remain the key to moving forward. In moments of national difficulty, the strength of a nation is often measured by its ability to engage in honest dialogue while remaining committed to justice, peace, and the protection of innocent lives. For now, the discussion sparked by the accusations and reactions involving Northern elders, Sheikh GUMI, and the name BELLO TURJI continue to echo across communities, media platforms, and public conversations throughout the country. The emotions involved are deep because the issues at stake touch the lives of millions of Nigerians who simply want to live without fear. And as the nation reflects on these debates, the hope shared by many citizens is that every conversation, every decision, and every effort will move Nigeria closer to the peace, stability, and security that its people deserve. Every day, we work hard to bring you the truth and the important stories that affect our country and our people. We do this because we believe that every Nigerian deserves to stay informed and aware of what is happening around them. But this channel cannot grow without your support. If you're watching right now and you believe in the importance of real news and honest reporting, please take a moment to support this channel by subscribing. Your subscription may look small, but to us, it means everything, because it encourages us to keep working harder to bring you reliable updates every day. Please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you will always be among the first to receive our latest news reports. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of this community that believes in truth, information, and a better future for our nation.